From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to our Saturday edition of the Fbx Evening News. I'm Katie Looper. Our top story tonight. An 18-year-old Delta Junction man has been ordered to serve 2.5 years in prison for a 2014 arson. Valsi Malik pleaded guilty to the arson counts yesterday. Judge Jane Kavar also sentenced Malik to 5.5 years suspended jail time that he would have to serve if he violated conditions of his probation. According to court records, Malik was 16 when he went into the Clearwater Lodge, stole liquor, then torched the business. 2 days later, he reportedly broke into a neighbor's home and set it on fire. Both buildings were destroyed. The Community Service Patrol responsible for responding to calls of inebriates in Fairbanks and potentially transporting them to approved locations is getting a new operator. According to Mayor John Eberhardt, the Downtown Association of Fairbanks will continue to operate CSP until June 1st, after which the City of Fairbanks will take control. The agency responsible for providing CSP personnel will continue to be the contracted operator. The Downtown Association was always an agency of last resort to operate CSP, according to Executive Director David Van Den Berg. The association has agreed to continue $110,000 of annual contributions, largely through community donations and grants, while the city expects to pay $170,000 annually. The downtown organization took over program operations in 2007 from Fairbanks Native Association after the loss of federal grants. With the state budget situation nearing a crisis, what kind of effect is being felt in the city of Fairbanks? Speaking before the general membership meeting of the Downtown Rotary Club Thursday, Mayor John Eberhardt told the audience that Fairbanks was actually holding its own. In fact, he was very positive in saying that he thought Fairbanks was the perfect role model for other communities throughout the state. He went on to say that he feels there will be many opportunities in the future for the city to overcome any obstacles that might develop down the line.
The main message is Fairbanks is going to be the bright spot in the state of Alaska. Economically, as far as growth in our population, a lot of new things happening here in terms of businesses opening and opportunity. So people should not buy into the gloom and doom that you hear coming out of Juneau. The state situation will impact us somewhat, of course, but things are a lot brighter here than in the rest of the state.
It was confirmed on Tuesday that the ballot initiative to register Alaskans to vote when they file for their permanent fund dividend will be on November 8th general election ballot. The initiative was certified on March 8th following the January delivery of more than 42,000 signatures of support to the Division of Elections. The Constitution requires that the initiative should appear on the ballot of the first election occurring at least 120 days after the end of the regular legislative session. Now, Alaskans statewide will determine the future of this proposal when they head to the polls in November. Supporters say the initiative will increase voter registration while reducing voter fraud. The 2016 Alaska Rural Energy Conference will be held April 26th through the 28th at the Westmark Fairbanks Hotel. The 2014 conference in Fairbanks attracted almost 400 people from over 75 villages and towns in Alaska and beyond. The three-day event offers a large variety of technical sessions covering new and ongoing energy projects in Alaska, as well as new technologies and needs for Alaska's remote communities. When we come back, a member of the Fairbanks community is doing her part to help out around the world. Also, UAF's annual Spring Fest is in full swing. Find out more about all the fun in the sun today after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The annual Day of Remembrance for the victims of unsolved murders in Fairbanks is coming up next week. It is set for April 26th at noon in St. Matthew's Episcopal Church downtown. A list of about 30 names, all associated with the unsolved Interior Alaska murder cases, will be read aloud at the gathering. It will be the 19th observance, which started after the murder of Sophie Sergi on the UAF campus. Every year since Sophie's body was found in the girls' bathroom on the second floor of Bartlett Hall, a march service has been held on the UAF campus or in downtown Fairbanks. The annual commemorative event for missing persons and victims of unsolved murders was started by the late community activist Shirley Dementieff. Yesterday was Earth Day, so in celebration, community members gathered at Veterans Memorial Park today to demonstrate support for environmental protection. The Fairbanks Climate Action Coalition organized the annual Earth Day event. Locals met at the park and sang a song with Susan Grace, one of the event organizers. After that, they marched downtown as a group. Many people dressed in costumes as various critters. They made a loop around the library, waved at passerbys at the Airport Way fence, and then everyone shuffled back to the Presbyterian Church downtown for a 1-hour program. Inside, different faith-based groups celebrated Earth Day by sharing beliefs about climate change.
Well, I think it's important that we all come together and do something, take action, even in just coming together and being united as a community. It's happening all over the world, all over this planet. Different faith-based groups who have different beliefs, but all feel the same way about being good stewards for our Earth.
With finals approaching for college students, UAF hosted their annual Spring Fest Field Day to help students unwind and have a little fun. This weekend, classes were dismissed and the whole campus got out. Families and students took the day to play outside the Student Recreation Center on campus. The Student Activities Office teams up with several organizations to host this annual celebration. Hundreds of people dropped in to enjoy the bounce houses, obstacle courses, volleyball nets, knockerball, and Fear Factor eating contests. All Campus Day is a UAF tradition that dates back to the late 1950s.
Today is the biggest event, which is Field Day, which is all of this madness happening around us. That was from yesterday. He must have just gone and jumped in the pit again. Traditions kind of has been going along for a long time at the university, and it wasn't necessarily an official thing for a really long time. And then it became an official event, and it used to be called Meltdown. But it was essentially the same idea. A weekend to take off to study for finals is what it was meant to be. And it's turned into kind of a weekend to de-stress and have a little fun before, finals really kick in.
For over 20 years, one woman has been traveling between Alaska and Honduras to help people through her ministry. Sarah Dabowski has more in this report.
Former school teacher Linda Mae Skolman first volunteered in Honduras after the 1998 Hurricane Mitch killed more than 11,000 people and destroyed hundreds of thousands of homes. After witnessing the disaster on the news, she wrote to a local church asking where she could help.
I wrote him a letter and said, I'm free in the summers. Put me to work. I'm strong as an ox. I can dig people out of the mud. I can do whatever. I just need a place to lay my head. I can self-supporting. I don't need help.
She started off volunteering as an educator, and that's when she witnessed people living in trash.
I found a garbage dump with 28 families, and that's how it started. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. Our poor are nothing, like the poor in other countries. We have government assistance and programs. They have nothing.
For Skolman, this was her calling to help.
And so I started helping, bringing food, visiting, started putting children through school, and over time we started Christian programs, Bible school, and bike trips for youth.
This one-person mission now has over 40 volunteers helping in programs ranging from education, food service, Bible study, youth travel, and prison rehabilitation. It is now registered as a ministry, and volunteers have traveled from Alaska to Honduras to help. One volunteer, Nancy Upcraft, assisted in the prison program, which helps inmates deal with their problems.
The law is so much different there. You go to our prison and everybody thinks they need to be pampered and you need to do everything for them. When you go to their jail, and it could be for, I have a tattoo and you didn't even like my tattoo, for no reason, and they get nothing. They get maybe a meal, they get some water, they get a place to lay their head on the floor.
Skolman says the road has not been easy, but she has never lost sight of her true mission.
I've been stopped for money. You don't always have a choice. You have to, out of safety, just give the money. I've had everything in my house stolen. I've I had dengue fever, my hair has fallen out, I have broken my foot, I have a screw in it from when I was in Honduras. I mean, it's not all good. But why do I keep going? I don't know. I'm like driven. It's just inside me. It's inside me. I just keep doing it.
You know, sometimes we always get more than we get put into it. I go there to try to be part of it. We bring the finances, we bring the items, we bring the knowledge. But to watch them and to help them and to grow with them, I get more out of it than I could ever give them.
Schoolman started out by using her own money and continues to fund the project with donations from local churches.
So I gain as much as I give, probably more. More. I'm growing. I'm changing.
If you would like more information on this mission, please visit the Zion Lutheran Church of Fairbanks' homepage at zionfairbanks.org. Sarah Dabowski reporting.
Welcome back, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook here with your weekend sportscast. The Fairbanks Ice Dogs will be going to the Midwest Division Finals. They defeated the Cooley Region Chill 4-1 in Game 4 on Friday night in La Crosse, Wisconsin. It was tied 1-1 at the end of the first period, but the Ice Dogs scored 3 unanswered, including Reiner Gorowski's game winner in the second period. He had a goal and an assist. Gavin Naedo made 19 saves in the win. Clay Cross added a goal and a helper as well. Fairbanks wins the series 3-1. They will play either the Minnesota Wilderness or the Janesville Jets. Minnesota won 2-1 in overtime to take a 2-1 lead in that series last night. Game 4 of that series is tonight. Game 1 of the Midwest Division Finals will be next weekend at the Big Dipper Ice Arena. In other hockey news, a UAF sophomore wing player is leaving the program and will be going to his home state. Peter Krieger announced on his Twitter account on Thursday that he will be transferring to the University of Minnesota Duluth. Krieger out of Oakdale, Minnesota, said it was a tough decision, but he felt the way Duluth plays was very similar to his style of play. Krieger finished with 33 points in 69 games at UAF. He tallied 4 goals and 16 assists for 20 points last season. Krieger will have to sit out this upcoming season because of NCAA transfer rules and will be available to UMD in the fall of 2017. The UAF men's basketball team adds a 3rd player to their 2016 recruiting class. On Friday, the program revealed that Spencer Clark of Diablo Valley College will transfer to the program after signing a national letter of intent. He'll have 2 years up on the hill. Clark is a 6-foot 4-inch forward from Pittsburgh, California, who averaged 9.4 points and 4.7 rebounds per game for his junior college last season and was first-team all-conference. Former UAF forward Ronnie Baker came from that same program. Clark joins Najee Matlock and Trent Molesworth in UAF head coach Mick Durham's recruiting class. Out at North Pole High School, a ton of athletes were in today's final mini track meet. It looked more like an official track and field meet or regionals at North Pole Stadium this afternoon. Teams from Delta, Tri-Valley, and Tok came out for the mini B meet. It's the second mini meet of the season and the last one before the track and field season officially starts. West Valley is in Kodiak for a meet, but the rest of the interior schools participated. There were 4x1 relays, triple jumps, high jumps, 800-meter dash, discus, and more. A nice tune-up for the athletes who could have unlimited entries in events, and they ran on unofficial hand times. The first all-schools meet of the year is next Friday, April 29th at Lathrop High School. It was a special night for the Alston Ravens soccer team on Friday night. Here's why. Out on the FYSA turf pitch, the Ravens took on a shorthanded Hutchinson Hawks team. Both teams came in searching for their first wins of the season, but Alston has been searching for a lot longer. Alston had a 3-2 lead at halftime, but they really started rolling in the second half. They outscored the Hawks 5-1 in that second half. Captain Andrew North and Cameron Price both scored 3 goals for hat tricks. Kanoa Carver had 2 goals for the Hawks, who had 10 men, but it was all about the Ravens. They win 8-3. It's their first win in soccer in 3 years. North should know he's a senior, and he was beaming after the Ravens were able to end their long drought.
We lost every game we've played for a long time, and it's just to make history, well, I was in history, it's just a great feeling. Yeah, it's great to finally be able to win a game. We decided as a team that we could pull this win together if we worked together, if we had great passes and we just got great communication. We practice this every day, just communication, just passing between each other, just every day. It's boosted us up high. I think if we just keep practicing, I think maybe we'll win a few other games too, just hopefully.
Sticking with the high schoolers, the Mid-Alaska Conference opener in baseball was in North Pole on Friday night. Lathrop was the visiting team as they took on the North Pole Patriots, but they felt right at home. Colin King did hit a homer for Lathrop, but I didn't get there in time for that. But I did see them get an RBI single to extend their double-digit lead. North Pole did manufacture a few runs to try to ward off the mercy rule, but it was all Lathrop in this one. The Malamutes benefited from several Patriots miscues and were able to get runners across the plate. Lathrop starts the year 2-0 and 1-0 in the MAC with a 19-6 victory over North Pole. Due to some late-breaking news on yesterday, we pushed this award-winning play to today as we revealed the play of the week. After the votes were counted, the play of the week goes to the hottest player in interior soccer right now. Kiara Simpson scored 4 goals in the season opener against the Hutchinson Hawks in an 8-0 win for West Valley. She scored 4 goals in 2 more games this week as well. Simpson's 4-goal outburst is this week's play of the week. To pick the next POTW, watch the I-5 Interior Top 5 plays on Mondays during the Weekend Recap. That's it for sports tonight. I'll check you out on Monday for the Weekend Recap. Katie Looper will have your full weather forecast after the break, and we'll catch you next weekend.
Welcome back to our Saturday edition. We're going to take a look at the weather for today. Starting with our almanac, we had a normal high today of 61, recent low 41. Our record high got up to 66 in 1940 and a record low 13 below in 1948. Hardly believe that. Our sun rose around 5:54 or 5:45 this morning and sets about 10 o'clock this evening. Our daylight equals 16 hours and 12 minutes altogether. Now around the state today, we have rain showers in Juneau and Ketchikan. Temperatures about 50 degrees. As for Anchorage, partly sunny skies at 58. Over there in Bethel, nice sunny skies, about 60 for them. Up there in Barrow, cloudy skies, about 20 in Fairbanks interior region, 64 degrees, partly sunny skies. Now for our lower 48 weather, rain showers in Seattle at 64, Las Vegas and Phoenix a little warmer. As for Minneapolis, rain showers at 71. New Orleans, nice sunny temperatures, or nice sunny weather, 82 degrees. Miami, rain showers for them, about 90 degrees. And as for New York, temperatures about 70 with partly sunny skies. As for next week, we can expect snow showers over there on our west side of the state. Severe thunderstorms are expected in the Texas area. Very warm weather for our southeast section, and then up there, a little chillier, rainy in the New York Great Lakes area. So mostly sunny for both Barrow and Fort Yukon with sunny skies for Nome. And temperatures about 25 for Barrow, 40 in Nome, and 50 in Fort Yukon. For our interior weather, partly sunny for both Fairbanks and Healy, mostly cloudy in Delta, and temperatures about 60 for our region. Now on our southeast part of the state, rain for Juneau, mostly cloudy skies with a chance of rain for Ketchikan, temperatures about 50 degrees. On our west side of the state, we can see mostly cloudy for Bethel, rain for Kodiak, and mostly cloudy with a chance of rain for Cold Bay. Now temperatures about 45 for Kodiak and Cold Bay and about 60 in Bethel. Now for our south central region, mostly cloudy for both Anchorage and Homer and a chance of rain for Valdez. Temperatures about 50 degrees for Homer and Valdez and 55 in Anchorage. For tonight's forecast, we can expect things to be about 37 degrees, mostly cloudy. For tomorrow, about 60 degrees, partly sunny with light winds. For our extended outlook, looks like we're going to hold about 60 degrees all week, and our nightly temperatures are going to be about 35. So it was a great day today. I'm just looking forward to more of those.
Yeah, ditto. It was just beautiful. Lots of sun, not too hot, not too cold. So,
yeah, it was just perfect. All right, well, that'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
As always, you can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webster11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.